Almost 20 years ago, Rockstar Games launched a title called Bully for the PlayStation 2. I was 8 years old at the time, probably playing Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door on my Nintendo GameCube. But here I am now, 27 years old, and I wanted to see what all the hype was about with Bully. This is all part of my mission to get 1,000 platinum trophies before this channel hits 1 million subscribers, and it's a dead heat right now. But let's bully some kids and dive right into this journey. We have 37 trophies to earn in this game, plus the platinum trophy for 38. Let's meet the man of the hour, Jimmy Hopkins. Not exactly the nicest kid out there. It's our first day at Bullworth Academy, a school full of pesky, naughty rapscallions just like us. Our first task is to find the principal's office, but to get to the building, we get a taste of all the violence that these kids want to dole out. Lucky for us, I can punch too, and we do. Anyway, we meet Mr. Crabblesnitch, and the principal makes a point of listing off all of the bad things that we've done before now, telling us how he's going to be keeping an eye on us while we're at Bullworth Academy. After that, we're supposed to make our way to the boys' dorm to check out our room, but on the way there, we get confronted by some bullies. This is a good combat tutorial for us to learn how to punch and knock out the kids. We're in the middle of humiliating one of them when this giant behemoth comes out of the dorm and absolutely clocks us. One of the prefects comes in to break it up. Prefects are basically students that patrol the grounds and are always going to punish us if they catch us getting into trouble. Anyway, now that we're done with that, we finally get into the boys' dormitory where we meet a new friend named Gary who offers to show us around the dorm. He shows us the vending machine where we can grab a soda. This is how we're going to get health back if we take damage after fighting some other bullies. Next, we go to our room to put our school uniform on, and while we're in there, we meet Pete. Pete's a smaller fella in the dorms, so he gets picked on quite a bit, especially by Gary as he comes into the room.
I see you've met the dorm's mascot. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Femboy, the girliest boy in school.
Gary gives off a lot of bad guy vibes. We do not like Gary. We still follow him around though. He takes us into the school building where he shows us around. We stumble upon Russell, the absolute giant who decked us earlier outside the dorm. Russell's mad at us because we got him into trouble. We're able to apologize and give him money to put him at ease. Gary instantly pressures us into picking the lock to Russell's locker so that we can steal some stuff from him as payback, but we get caught by prefects and we have to run away to lose him. Our next stop is the cafeteria where Gary tells us about all the different cliques here at Bullworth Academy. We got the nerds who hang out at the library, the preps or the rich kids that hang out outside of town. We got the greasers that hang out by the auto shop, and finally the jocks, the big athletes that we're supposed to steer clear of. The bell rings and we make our way to the first class of the game. We got Chemistry 1. Classes in this game are just different mini games that we play. This one makes us push buttons Guitar Hero style. It's super easy and we crush it, earning firecrackers as a reward. We're gonna need to take every single class in the game for a trophy, and every time we complete a class, we're gonna get some kind of item or some kind of like talking reward that we can do with other students that are going to help us be the best bully that we can be. This is also where the game opens up a lot more. The tutorial section is more or less over, and now we can explore the world if we want, doing side stuff like picking the locks on random lockers and then going to the objectives on our mini map when we want to progress the game through the main missions. We go to one of these main story quests where this turd hits us with a slingshot and we chase after him. We follow him down to this enclosure where the game shows us how we can grab objects and throw it at people. We take down the bully and secure the slingshot as a reward, continuing to expand our arsenal. Back at the men's dorm, Gary's cooking up some cryptic plan to take over the school, but he sees our slingshot and takes us to an old bus so that we can get some practice in learning how to aim and fire our slingshot. Once we're warmed up, Gary's naughty influence persuades us again to hide up in a tree and pepper the football players with rocks during their practice. After becoming an American sniper with the slingshot, Gary gets us into more bullying by bringing us and Pete out to pick on the homeless guy that lives on campus. He's a big fella though and scares everyone away but us. We end up standing up to him and earn his respect. Apparently he's a military veteran and tells us that if we hunt down some radio parts for him, he'll teach us new combat moves to beat up other kids. Since bullying other kids is what gets us out of bed every morning, we go hunt one of these down immediately and return it to him, learning a new ability as a reward. We still haven't gotten any trophies yet. The tough thing about this game is that almost every trophy comes from doing a specific action, but like a ton of times. We'll knock these trophies out slowly but surely. We take some more classes, and after completing this specific art minigame, we unlock our first trophy of the game for completing 3 different classes. After this, I took a little bit of time to grind out 2 different trophies. We need to pick 50 flowers, which we can do by just grabbing bouquets outside the girls' dorm. We can then give them to ladies on campus, and they'll even smooch us because Jimmy's got game. But we also need 25 kisses for a trophy, so I did those for a little bit before heading over to the library for our next mission. We bump into Algie, a massive nerd, who pays us to escort him to his locker so that he can grab some some books. After that, he pays us again to track down one of his nerd friends who's trapped in the auto shop. We beat down some bullies to rescue Bucky, and at the end of the mission, we get a skateboard. This is really nice because it lets us travel around a little bit faster. Plus, we need to cover 50,000 meters on the skateboard, so it's good to get at this early. I'm not going to showcase every single mission in this game, or this would be hours long, but if you want to see the full playthrough, I streamed all of it right here on the channel. You can go to that playlist and check it out. It was a lot of fun, definitely worth watching. I did get another trophy after taking another English class. This minigame is just a fun like boggle type game where you make words, and completing this earns us teacher's pet for finishing 6 classes. We do some more random errands and side stuff before getting another main mission with our boy Ernest. Ernest is the top nerd who's running for class president, another significant character in the game. He pays us to act as his security while he delivers a banger campaign speech on why people should vote for him. After this, some more time passes in the world, and we eventually get a Halloween mission where Gary dresses up in an interesting costume. This game is just unhinged, bro. We play some fun pranks, even breaking into the school and putting some flaming dog poop outside the staff door. Classic stomping on dog poop moment. Speaking of dogs, if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that subscribe button so YouTube can help me feed my dog. I'm working really hard on the other side of your screen to bring you these types of videos, so let me know in the comments if you're enjoying them or if you have any good or bad feedback. Anyway, we get another mission with Gary where he says he has a breakthrough idea in his quest to take over the school, and he leads us through the school basement through a bunch of rooms before leading us to a creepy fighting ring. Gary instantly turns on us in a heartbreaking moment of betrayal, making this big speech about how we're selfish and how we want to take over the school instead of him. Gary sends down Russell for us to tussle, and we get a little boss fight. Russell's a big boy, but we got that main character energy and end up knocking him out, earning us trophy number 3 for beating chapter 1 of the game. Gary gives us another bad guy monologue about how he'll take over the school before we know it, but we're able to make up with Russell, becoming friends with him.
Look, I never said anything about your mom or farmyard animals.
You didn't?
No, but I want you to stop bullying weak kids.
Why?
Lights are on, but nobody's home when it comes to Russell, but we're able to kick off chapter 2 and unlock more of the world. One of the kids from the preps comes through and tells us that he saw us beat down Russell and that we should check out the boxing ring downtown. This will be the main click for chapter 2, but before doing that, we get a mission from the lunch lady at school. A beautiful woman, truly. She wants us to go into town to run some errands for her. She lets us take her bike, which is also big because we need to cover 100,000 meters on a bike for a trophy in this game. It's fun to explore the town a little bit. I didn't realize this game was going to be as big as it was, but there's a lot to do outside of the school grounds. We go to some different shops, finding all the things that the lunch lady wants before returning them to her and getting $15 as a reward. I haven't mentioned this yet, but we're going to need a lot of money for every trophy in this game. We need $1,000 on us at one time for a trophy, and we also need to buy 250 pieces of clothing for another trophy, which costs a lot more than $1,000, so we love getting as much money as we can. Now I decided to go main questing by heading into town and finding the boxing ring the preps told us about. We enter this boxing tournament and get waves of guys to fight, and we absolutely plow through them. As a reward for winning the tournament, we get access to a beach clubhouse, a save point in town, so we don't have to go all the way back to school if we want to save. That's right, kids. This is one of those games that's so old you have to save at certain spots. You can't just auto save every 5 seconds. Real ones, remember when you had to have a memory card plugged in. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. After saving, I went back to the school and handed out some more flowers. I got my 25th smooch from a lady and earned trophy number 4 for it. Back to the main quest now. In order to get into the preps inner circle, we gotta buy an aquaberry sweater. After that, we start a mission where the pretentious fellows want to egg someone's house. Unfortunately, when we get there, old pal Gary pops out and tells the prep that Jimmy said some naughty things about his family.
You said Tad was probably a hermaphrodite with that much inbreeding.
A hermaphro what?
Classic Gary sowing discord in the community. We knock out all of the preps that turn on us and escape no problemo. After that, I decided to take this girl Eunice on a date by going on a little romantic walk. Jimmy's got game, man. He loves the ladies, and the ladies love Jimmy. I had handed out a lot of flowers by this point, and I was finally able to pick my 50th bouquet of flowers to earn trophy number 5. After going on that date with Eunice, we go on another date with this chick to a fun carnival. This is a really cool place with a lot of games we can play. Technically, we have a curfew in this game, and we need to be back in our dorm by 9 o'clock or we can get into trouble. But we'll do anything for love, man. We're out too late with our date, and once we're done with the carnival, I make our way back to the dorm and pop a trophy for spending 5 5 total hours out after curfew. Again, I'm speedrunning this video, so it's not an hour long, but this game has a ton of side and optional content that you can do. You can run errands for people, do things like deliver a paper route, or even mow lawns to earn some quick cash. This game also has a ton of bike races that I started doing as well. I think there were like 17 of these, and we have to win every single one for a trophy. During the side questing, I mowed my 10th lawn in the game and popped the green thumb trophy. This ended up bringing us to the final mission of chapter 2. We're chatting with Pete on the docks, trying to figure out a way to earn the respect of the preppy kids. We decide that violence is in fact the answer, so we head to the boxing ring and absolutely beat the brakes out of every single person in the building. Eventually, we take down Darby, the top prep, showing him who his daddy is. This earns us the sophomore trophy for beating chapter 2, along with another trophy for having max respect with 2 clicks at one time. Now we go into chapter 3, where we turn our attention to another clique in the game, the Greasers. One of them comes up to us in the dorm and says that their leader, Johnny, wants to chat with us. I ignored that for a hot minute to run some errands for random students. One of them wants us to put a firecracker in the toilet. We've all been there. It's a fun time, and finishing that errand gets us the helping hand trophy for completing 10 errands in the game. After this, we find one of the nerds' hideouts in the city. It's in this comic book store, and they'll let us use it as a save point if we're able to beat their high score on this arcade game. We need to do this anyway because there are 3 arcade games in Bully that we need to set a high score on for a trophy. We give Consumo a try. The idea is super simple. We play as this sumo guy, and we want to touch all of the food to get points while avoiding all of the poisonous food that will kill us. Getting the high score isn't necessarily hard. It just takes forever. This is a time lapse of my entire run. Some like 10 minutes later, we do finally die, but we earn the high score, unlocking this location as another save point. Now I make our way over to another part of the city to meet up with Johnny. He's having some problems with his girl Lola. He thinks that she's off with one of the prep kids and asks us to do some reconnaissance. We put on our private investigator hat and snap some pictures exposing Lola and Gord, the prep, turning in the pictures as proof and starting to earn some respect in the Greaser clique. Johnny is furious, and we help him track down Gord, leading to this giant scrum in the skate park where we team up with Johnny and just pummel everybody in the room. Everything seems fine up to that until we run into Ernest, the king nerd, and he tells us how one of his nerd friends got nabbed by Johnny after putting the moves on his girl. It turns out Algie was just helping her with homework, even though Lola doesn't seem to be picky when it comes to lovers. We pelt some greasers with our slingshot and we help Algie get away. After that, I earned some more greaser respect the only way we know how, giving them haymakers left and right. We unlock another save point by clearing the room, and this room has another arcade game we need to beat the high score on. This one is called Monkey Fling. We play as this monkey who flings his poo, and our goal is to catch all the bananas and shoot down the spiders so they don't kill us. Again, super easy, but it took a long time. Eventually, we are able to set the high score on our first try and get one more arcade game left to earn that trophy. I got into this bike race with some greasers and we beat them, which really gets Lola going apparently. She makes a move on us. Johnny finds out and gets really upset about it. It leads to a big confrontation in this junkyard where once again, we hit him with the left-right Johnson combo until he hits the dirt. This pops trophy 11 for completing chapter 3, and it's another clique we're earning the respect of as we try and fight Gary for control of the school. But we got another group to take down. Chapter 4 is all about the big bad jocks trying to fight us, and we turn our sights on them to show them who's the biggest bully. We kick off the chapter doing a side mission for one of the teachers. He pays us to go vandalize a house in the city. Little suspect, but we get it done, escaping the cops and earning just enough money to have $1,000 in our pocket, popping another trophy. Continuing chapter 4, Jimmy's got a plan to take down the jocks, but he needs help from the nerds, so in classic bully fashion, we track him down to recruit him. They put up a really big fight. It's this whole warlike mission where they have a stronghold set up in the observatory. We fight our way through and take control of this turret, blasting open the doors and making our way inside. We smooth talk Ernest, telling him how we have a common enemy with the jocks, and he agrees to help us take him down. After this, I decided to spend some money. Now that we have the $1,000 trophy, I don't need to hold on to it anymore, and I can spend some money to earn the other trophies, starting with this one where we have to knock back 100 sodas. I hadn't bought very many at this point, so I literally had to spam a vending machine for like 10 minutes until we finally popped the Sodalicious trophy, getting us one step closer to that platinum. Once again, quick plug, if you're enjoying the video, hit that subscribe button and comment what game or challenge you want to see me do next. Both of those things help me feed my dog, and we both really appreciate it. Anyway, I continued to wreak havoc on the school grounds, taunting kids and hurling insults at them. I ended up taunting my 100th student in the game and got a smart mouth trophy for it. Just after that, I was giving kids the business with some wedgies, and after we handed out our 50th wedgie, we earned the skid mark trophy. Go us. Towards the end of chapter 4, we get one of the most questionable missions in the game. Ernest wants us to be an absolutely creepy stalker and take pictures of the head cheerleader that he has the hots for. It's not that weird at first. We take a pic of her at cheerleading practice, but then we have to sneak into the girls' dormitory and take a picture of her in the shower before taking a final picture of her stretching in her room. Not one of my proudest moments as a 27-year-old grown man, but we do what we have to for the platinum trophy. I did some more side missions after this. We got to break into an insane asylum for one quest, and this game just never has a dull moment, bro. Yep. And they're like, swimwear. Holy smokes, that guy is on his horse.
I think I'll just follow you for a while.
After this, a girl comes up to us and offers to pay us if we egg the boys' dorm. Little does she know I would do this for free, but doing this errand for her earns us trophy 16 for finishing 20 errands. I picked up a quest from the nerds where they need our help freeing their fellow nerds from the fun house at the carnival. Apparently some of the jocks are beating them up or something. On the way to this mission, naturally, I'm throwing some eggs at passing cars, and I earned the excellent trophy for egging 25 of them. After that, we track down the nerds inside the fun house, and we get a pretty fun mission where we have to escort them out of the carnival by navigating the funhouse's traps and all sorts of stuff like that. Pretty easy. We're able to speedrun it, and we end the mission in the middle of the carnival. I decided to stick around here a bit because there are several trophies we need that require us to do stuff here at the carnival. The first one we need is at the shooting gallery. We got to shoot down 300 bottles in the carnival game. We grind it out and pop trophy number 18 once we pop the 300th bottle. This carnival also has a new type of race, this time with go-karts. These are just like the bike races. We do a couple laps. They're really easy, and we're able to win them all first try, no problem. I only needed to win one more for a trophy, but it got too late in the game and the carnival shut down, so we'll have to come back here later. At this point, I was feeling really confident about the platinum, and I was enjoying the game a ton. There's just a ton of stuff to do that it never really feels boring or repetitive. The game definitely doesn't take itself too seriously, so it's a really simple game to just relax and enjoy some harmless bullying. The next day, I rode a bike back to school, popping wheelies on the ride back. I ended up hitting my 200th wheelie, earning us the Wheel Deal trophy. Towards the end of chapter 4, we get a mission with the nerds where apparently the jocks are preparing to storm their headquarters and we have to defend the fort. We get another super dramatic warlike mission where we get to use a spud gun and the turret to absolutely obliterate the athletes. This leads right into the end game idea to humiliate the jocks once and for all. We end up tracking down the mascot for the football team and we beat him up so we can steal his costume. We unlock a new costume after knocking him out and we're ready for the final mission of chapter 4. Before that though, I found this soccer ball. There's a really tedious trophy for kicking a soccer ball 100 times. I grinded it out and popped trophy number 20. Now it's time to face the jocks. We don the bull costume and team up with the nerds for some shenanigans on the football field. We find the game ball and trade it for a bomb that looks like a ball. This is such a quirky, silly prank because now when the football players go to play catch, the ball explodes and probably kills them. Anyway, after that, another nerd gives us a tube of glue that we use on the benches by the field. Again, another hilarious prank because now when the jocks sit on the bench, they're stuck and they can't get up. After that, we find the Gatorade tub that the players use and we turn it into yellow Gatorade, if you know what I mean. Next, we go onto the field and throw some marbles down. Classic shenanigans in this mission. Finally, we sneak up to the scoreboard on the field and help the nerds reprogram it so it says jocks play with their balls. Haha, silly jocks playing with their balls. This ends up being the last straw for the jocks and we get the final fight of chapter 4. The quarterback chucks football bombs at us and we just got to return him to sender. It's a pretty easy fight. We throw some punches, throw some footballs. We take down the quarterback to end chapter 4, earning us the senior trophy. 21 trophies in, Jimmy's feeling like the king of Bullworth Academy. We've humbled all the cliques and things are looking great. Pete gives us a warning that we need to remember that Gary is still out there, but we're on cloud 9 and we feel unstoppable, so we just ignore him. Instead, I went to the boys' dormitory and threw some marbles down, pulling the fire alarm and watching the guys trip all over him. This was really fun to watch, plus we earned another trophy for tripping up 25 people with marbles. After that, still way too cocky, we get convinced to go down to City Hall and throw some graffiti up on the building. We take a nice picture of it, but when we get back, Pete tells us that Gary has turned everyone against us, and we see that we've lost the respect of every clique we worked so hard to get in with. This kicks off the meat and potatoes of chapter 5. We got to go around and do one big mission for each clique to earn back their respect, starting with the nerds at the library. Apparently somebody released a ton of rats, so we go in there and exterminate all of them to get back in good standing with the geeks. After that, we go to the gym where somebody set a bunch of fires. For some reason, everybody blames us for it, so we go in there and put out the fires, saving the people inside and earning back the respect of the jocks. Next up, we got the greasers. Apparently Johnny's gone missing and he basically got kidnapped by the asylum staff and is now locked up in a mental institution. This mission was a little bit tough. We got to run all the way out to the asylum, sneak into the place, find some orderlies close so we can blend in, stealth our way to Johnny's room, open open his door, escort him out of there before we finally complete the mission. A little bit of a doozy, but again, we do whatever it takes for that platinum trophy. After that, I threw some stink bombs at people because why not? After hitting 50 of them with the stink, we pop another silver trophy. After this, I went back to the carnival to finish that last go-kart race. We farm it no problem and pop trophy 24. This also unlocks go-kart races out in the city, and we need to win all of these as well for a separate trophy. I was in the zone with go-kart racing, so I hunted down all of these in the street. These were super easy and pretty uneventful. We get money for winning each one and another bronze trophy after winning the last one, continuing to cruise our way to that plat. Back at the carnival, I found the last arcade game we need to beat for a trophy. This one is called Nut Shots, and we play as this flying squirrel who chucks acorns at enemies. We hit them and knock them down to earn points, and we got to make sure that we don't get hit or we'll die. Just like the other games, this isn't really that difficult. They're just super long and tedious. After 10 minutes of this, we secure the high score and also the trophy for setting the high score on all 3 arcade games. Back to the main quest, I made my way over to the preps who are crashing out because somebody stole their boxing trophies. Of course, they think it's us, but we decide to go out and track down who took them. We do a lot of running and eventually stumble upon the townies who are kind of like the dropouts of the town. They're burning the trophies, so we snap a picture and show it to the preps, getting back in good graces with them. I stole a bike from someone on my way back to the school after this, and it was the 20th bike that we've hijacked, which earns us a crispy 27th trophy. This is where we get close to the end of the story though. The principal calls us in and says that we've officially gotten into too much trouble, especially after painting graffiti on the town hall. Apparently Gary told the principal everything that we've done, and he tells us that he wants us expelled from Bullworth. The good news is that he tried to call our mom to tell her, but she hasn't answered, so until he hears from her, we get to stay on campus. Everyone's abandoned us at this point except P, a W friend till the end. He game plans with us, and we decide to go straight into the belly of the beast, hunting down the townies and stopping Gary from ruling the town. We track down Russell to get some extra muscle. See what I did there? Russell decides to absolutely kamikaze his bike into the townies barricade, blowing it wide open and letting us into their headquarters. We hunt down their top guy named Edgar and beat him to a pulp before he tells us all about how Gary convinced the townies to help him in his quest to rule the school. We spare Edgar though and earn his respect, which is good because we definitely need it for the final mission of the game. Gary's officially made his move, starting a huge fight in the school between all the different cliques, even taking down the teachers. We gather our gang and Russell again just nosedives right into the gate so that we can get through and beat up some bullies. I don't really know why the game had us do all these missions to regain the respect of the cliques, because this mission literally has us go around to each group and beat the crap out of them, which is definitely interesting. Finally, Gary ends up showing himself and we get this big boss fight on the roof of the school. Of course, he's delivering this bad guy monologue the entire time about how perfect his evil plan was and all that stuff. It's an easy boss fight though, so we beat him senseless before we both plummet through the glass roof of the school. Don't really know how we would survive that, but we pop a gold trophy for beating Chapter 5, which is absolutely huge. We crash right in front of the principal who's tied up. He overheard Gary's monologue while we were fighting and he wipes our slate clean. We get a nice happy ending because everybody loves us now, and we get another tremendous demonstration of Jimmy's elite game. We still have 9 trophies to earn before we pop that platinum. The game opens up to free roam, so it's really easy to go around and clean up whatever we need. The first thing I did was knock out a couple people. This gets us over 200 knockouts in the game and we earn a quick cleanup trophy. I also egged the girls' dormitory as an errand for a student. It was our 30th errand of the game and we popped the Mama's Boy trophy after farming all of those errands. I was able to finish up all my classes as well, finishing the minigame for shop class before we tune up this bike. This is the final class of the game and we earned the gold Boy Genius trophy for maxing out all the subjects. One of the trophies in Bully is for completing all of the house challenges, and these are basically specific challenges that give you collectibles in your dorm room, and we need to complete all of them for a trophy. The only ones that I was missing were basically for running around and destroying random collectibles like these gnomes, and while I was out hunting all of these down, I got the marathon trophy for running 100,000 meters on foot. Shortly after this, I got the same trophy but on the skateboard, earning the Skate Pro trophy for going 50,000 meters on the board. After hunting down all of the gnomes and getting the other room trophies by cleaning up some bike races and stuff, we triggered the Kleptomania trophy, only leaving a couple left before we pop that platinum. I went to all the shops in the game and spent all the money I had on every piece of clothing I could find. We ended up purchasing our 250th item to get the Sharp Dressed Man trophy. I haven't mentioned this yet, but Bully has cheat codes that you can trigger by just pressing buttons on your controller that will give you certain benefits in the game. I decided not to do this because I have morals and I wanted to do this legitimately. But if you're watching this and thinking of going for the Bully Platinum, using the money cheat code would definitely save you a ton of time for this game. We got 2 trophies left before that platinum. We need to bike 100,000 meters and we need to accumulate 160,000 trouble points. Trouble points are just what they sound like. Every time we do something wrong that would get us in trouble, we earn trouble points. So basically, we just need to perform a lot of shenanigans for a trophy, and we need to bike a lot. These are both pretty long grinds, but they weren't really hard. I just rode around the city until we popped the Tour de Bullworth trophy for the bike. And then I went to the boys' dorm where there was this really handy way to get a lot of trouble points quickly by destroying everything in the dorm, pulling the fire alarm, shenaniganing the kids a little bit, going outside, and then rinsing and repeating by going back inside, and it resets. It took me a good handful of hours, but finally we were able to grind out the platinum trophy that it took me 20 years to earn. Come on. Give me my trophy. Get the spud cannon out. We'll pepper people with spuds. Bang. No one is safe. Little sling shot. Yes! Yes! Give me the platinum! Yes! Let's go! This game was an absolute blast. I'm kind of bummed that it took me 20 years to finally get around to playing it, but it was exactly what I needed because I had just spent 80 hours grinding Hollow Knight Silksong's platinum trophy, and it was so difficult it just made me want to cry. But this game was the exact opposite. It's lighthearted, super easy. It's the perfect game to just shut your mind off and goof off, bullying some kids and just having some fun. It was a super easy platinum as well. I think it took me like 20 hours in total, and I would definitely recommend it if you haven't given it a go yet. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and comment any thoughts you have down below. I read every single one of them, and it literally makes my day. You should also check out this video that I bet you haven't seen yet, but for now, that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you know that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Op and I will see you in the next one.